folks, Kyle here. I'm one of the instructional designers at CBU's Center for Digital Instruction. I'm going to do a video for you today about a screen recorder that is free and open source with no ads called OBS Studio. All right, so now I am ready to record. So I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint presentation because I think that many of you are probably interested in doing something like that. So I've got a little sample PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to bring up here. So I'm going to literally just kind of narrate this PowerPoint presentation as an example of how to use OBS Studio. So we're going to go back to OBS. The very first thing though I have to do is I have to choose what's being recorded, my video sources. And so remember that I said earlier that the display capture is your desktop. And so I'm going to put in that source. I'm going to rename that desktop so that I know what it is and hit OK. And then if your machine is anything like mine, it did something a little strange perhaps. I see that I've got a window that came up here that's asking for my display size again and whether I want a cursor capture. I only have one choice here, so I'm just going to have to click OK. And we notice that the red screen is my recording window, and it's gigantic. Look how big that is. All right, it keeps going and keeps going. So I'm going to have to do something to reduce that down, and you may have to do the same thing. So I want to reduce so that it actually fits into my recording stage, remember, and reduce. I'm going to put that in the top corner here. And it looks like I still have a little bit of a reduction to do. Let's see. There we go. And I want that to occupy the stage. Okay, cool. So now that I've set that up, and I know that for some of you, if you've never used a video recorder kind of like this, you've got this odd kind of mirror kind of thing. It just, that's what it does. Don't be put off by that. It will, trust me, record your desktop. So we've put that in. So that's that funny mirrored kind of image is a proxy for your desktop. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to put in my webcam. You don't have to do this. Remember I said that's under the video capture device. And I'm going to call this webcam. Hit OK. Hey, and there I am. Hey! We've got some settings that we can mess around with if we want to. I'm going to leave those by default. Just hit OK. And I've got my webcam here. And I can move this around to different places on the stage. It's fairly customary, I think, to put it in the bottom right corner. And I can resize that. I'm going to a little bit. That's a huge head there. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. Now the other thing that we need to do is, because if you can imagine, we have two layers on the stage now, right? We have this desktop layer that we put in here, and we have this webcam layer. We just want to make sure that those are layered properly, that when it goes to record, that this webcam layer isn't actually sitting underneath this desktop layer. So I can put my cursor over either the desktop here or the webcam, and we can see that there's a big series of menus that comes up. And what I want to do is make sure that my webcam, right, is in the right order. So I'm going to come over and order it, and I'm going to move it to the top. Okay, so now I know that if I'm working with multiple layers there, that I've got my background here and it's in the back, and I've got my webcam here and it is in the front. Okay, so now that I've got my stage set up, we're ready to record. Like it's that easy. It's the setup. So I'm going to come over here, and from the controls, I'm going to click Start Recording. And in the lower right hand corner, we can see that the record button now is counting up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to now navigate to my desktop. And I'm going to start my slideshow. So remember now, this is the stage area, and this is what's being recorded. Okay, so this is me, I'm Kyle, and this is me when I was a little bit younger. The picture actually includes my wife, but you can't really see her because she's standing next to me. And this is when we were in Korea a long time ago. And this is what CBU says about me. And this is what I didn't put in the CBU bio, but is a little bit more about me. And so blah, 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 blah. And now I am done. So I'm going to go back to OBS Studio, and we can see that the start recording menu has turned into a stop recording menu. So I'm going to click. And we've stopped recording. Great, Kyle, that's fantastic. Where is it? All right, so we're going to come over here and we're going to click File and Show Recordings. And this is going to take you to whatever destination has been selected for you where your video is saved. Remember, I had some choices. In all likelihood for you, if you're recording on a school computer, CBU computer, this is going to be your C temp drive. So here's my recording, and we put our cursor over here, and we can probably see that this is an FLV file. If we go to Properties, and there it is, my FLV file. And if you've ever worked with video, you know that FLV doesn't necessarily play particularly well with platforms like YouTube or Vimeo. It won't play particularly well with Canvas. So we need to turn this into really an MP4, which for the purposes of platforms is a lot more flexible than an FLV. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, again, we're going to come over here to File, and then we're going to go to Remux Recordings, and this is where we're going to go, the process of translating a video file from one format into another, I guess, is referred to as a remux, and so we're about to do one. So here, sorry about the resolution on my monitors is pretty tight, so you're seeing this in a kind of a small image, but here we have a little drop-down menu, 3 ellipses, and it's asking, okay, which file are we wanting to remux, and it's this one. There's my FLV file. And so we're going to do that, and we're going to turn that into, and again, you can just read that into an MP4, if you see that, and we're going to click Remux. That was quick. Click OK. That process is done. Now if we go back to Show Recordings, our window is going to come up, and here is our remuxed video that is in MP4 format. Ta-da! Let's take a look. I don't have my computer audio optimized here, which is why you're not hearing that in fantastic sound, but that is our video. All right. So, simple as that. Now, once it's here, you can then edit the video, trim it, and Windows 10 comes with a really nice basic video editor that we can use. Again, if you don't want to use the Canvas Studio video editor, We're not going to get into that in this particular video, but we will get into that in the next one that I'm about to make. So we're going to trim this video up a little bit and then add some other little bells and whistles to it. Once it's done, then what we would encourage you to do is to upload it either into Canvas Studio or in your OneDrive. And that's only then the one upload that has to be done. And then here you'll want to delete the raw copy, put it in your trash bin, and empty your trash bin if you're working on a CBU computer. So that's all for me. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at cdi@cbu.edu. And hopefully we'll hear from you very, very soon. Thanks for watching.